Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Story of Sam and welcome back to a brand new NBA 2K video today here on the channel. And today I'm going to be showing you guys the best lockdown build in the game and the best small forward build in NBA 2K22 current gen. If you guys are already new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. And of course guys, make sure to drop a like on today's video. That would be great. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the build is obviously going to be a small forward and hand, it does not matter, so just pick your preferred hand type, right or left. Now getting onto the actual pie charts, now this is going to be very interesting because we're actually going to pick a different pie chart than just a standard full red or like half green half red. We are going to be taking a different approach today and we are going to use this pie chart right here. It is the majority green and like second most red, but it's not like half and half. Now the downside of this is you only get one category of Hall of Fame badges, and that is shooting, but I think overall this pie chart is the best for a lockdown build or like a spot up wing build in 2K22 current gen. So I'm going to pick this pie chart right here, majority shooting, secondary defense. And now onto the physical profile. I say this all the time, it's really easy. The physical profile, you basically always want to choose the first one. It is the most speed. Obviously there are other pie charts, like the bottom one's the balanced pie chart. There's like strength pie charts, good vertical pie charts, but the only thing that really matters here is your speed. So right here, 82 speed, 80 acceleration. I'm definitely going to pick the first physical profile right there. Now on to setting our potentials, we're going to go straight on to shooting right here. I'm going to max out my mid-range shot, max out my three-point shot, max out my free throw, but then I'm going to take one attribute away from the free throw so we still have 20 shooting badges. Let's move on to the defensive categories. I'm going to max out my interior defense, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, block, and both of our reboundings, offensive and defensive. So basically just maxed out everything in defense. You are a lockdown build, you want to be the best defender you can. So now going on to playmaking, we're going to max out pass accuracy, max out ball handling, and lastly max out post control right there. So we have 10 playmaking badges. And with our last 44 upgrades right here, we're going to go up to finishing, max out our driving dunk, and put the rest of our attributes on driving layup. Now the great thing about this build is it gets a ton of badges. Even though you only have one finishing badge, you get 20 shooting badges, 10 playmaking badges, and also 20 defensive badges. So I definitely think making it like this is the best way to go. Again, this build is mainly going to be spotting up being a wing player, so shooting and defense are the two most important categories here. Now the one downside is the finishing obviously, but I still think having a 70 driving dunk is pretty good, and 55 driving layups not too great, but at least we do have that 70 driving dunk. That is definitely enough to get some really good dunk packages. Now moving on to the body shape, this literally does not matter at all, so just pick anyone you like. I'm just going to pick defined right here. Now for the height, I think there are three good options here. You can either A, keep the height the same at 6'7", B, drop the height down to 6'6", get more speed, get more playmaking, get more shooting, or option C, increase the height to 6'8", lose a little bit of speed, lose shooting, lose playmaking, but get a lot back for block, offensive, and defensive rebound. Now in my opinion, for a good versatile defender, I think being 6'7" is the best height. 6'6" is good, but I feel like you could get bodied a little bit by taller players. I think 6'7" is the best way to go here. Your shooting is still really good, your playmaking is decent enough, and you still have great block and rebound rating. So in my opinion, 6'7" is the best height, but also 6'6" and 6'8" are also pretty good. But for me, I'm gonna pick 6'7" right here. And now for the weight, I think it's best to minimize the weight. This could be a little bit controversial because we do lose a lot of interior defense, but I think gaining that speed is well worth it. Having that 85 speed and 83 acceleration is gonna help us a lot when defending smaller guards, and still with that 59 interior defense, you can still hold your own against most builds. So I'm going to go with 180 pounds right here. And now for the wingspan, I think keeping it in the middle or maxing it out is the best way to go. Definitely do not minimize the wingspan. We are a lockdown build, so we want to be the best defender we possibly can. I think it's best just to max out the wingspan. Our three-pointer is still going to be very good, 81 mid-range, 83 ball, and look at the defensive stats, +4, +3, +6, +3. All those attributes go up significantly when maxing out the wingspan, and in 2K22 current gen, an 83 pointer is definitely good enough. So definitely max out the wingspan. And now for the takeovers, we have 4 different options: lockdown takeover, sharpshooting takeover, glass cleaning takeover, or playmaking takeover. Now the only two options that honestly make sense are going to be lock take and sharp take, but just from experience in 2K22 current gen, I think lockdown takeover is probably the best in the entire game. You can get a ridiculous amount of steals when you have lock take, so in my opinion, lockdown takeover is the best bet. I'm going to select that one right there, and as you can see, we have made the perimeter lockdown build, shades of Mikal Bridges, Danny Granger, and Jimmy Butler. Now this build is very similar to the rebounding wing. This and the rebounding wing are practically the same build with a few minor tweaks. I'm pretty sure if I made this build 6'8", it would have come out as a rebounding wing, but I think 6'7" is a little bit better and it came out as a perimeter lockdown build. So either way, if you wanted to make a rebounding wing build, this build is basically the same exact thing. Moving on to the badges, again, I do not have all the answers on what the best badges are in the game. These are just my opinions on my favorite badges and what badges would be good on this build. So starting off right here for finishing, this build is going to be sitting in the corner a lot, and it does have a 70 driving dunk. So I think putting on bronze Lob City finisher could be very beneficial for us. So I'm going to go with that one right there, bronze Lob City. Up next, we have the shooting badges. I'm going to put on right here Hall of Fame blinders, Hall of Fame catch and shoot. I think those are some of the best shooting badges in the entire game. Now this build is going to be sitting corner a lot, so maybe put on like silver corner specialist, Hall of Fame hot zone hunter, Hall of Fame green machine. Those are all really good shooting badges. And for our last two shooting badges, I think that silver deadeye could be very good. Keep in mind guys, these are just my opinions on shooting badges. Moving on to the playmaking badges, I think that putting on gold unpluckable is going to be very important this year. You get ripped a ton in this game, like a lot, so definitely putting on unpluckable is going to be a must-have. Also, quick first step, probably the best playmaking badge in the entire game. Your player will move a lot faster when having this badge on. I'm going to put on bronze bailout for good measure, and I also think that putting on gold bullet passer could be a very good badge for us. So these are my preferred playmaking badges. Now lastly, we have defensive badges. Unfortunately, we do not get Hall of Fame defensive badges, but honestly, it's not even that big of a deal because we have 20 defensive badges. So I'm going to put on gold clamps. I'm also going to throw on gold rebound chaser, gold rim protector. Also, I think that having gold intimidator is going to be very important. Gold chase down artist is a great badge. There are plenty of good defensive badges. Gold interceptor, I think all these badges are great. And for these last two upgrades, I'm going to put on bronze box and bronze menace right there. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video on the best lockdown build in NBA 2K22 current gen, the best small forward build in the game. Again guys, this build is extremely versatile. It has 10 playmaking badges, 20 shooting badges, 1 finishing badge, and 20 defensive badges. So it can be a secondary ball handler, it can catch lobs, it can play defense, and also be a great spot up shooter on your team. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and of course guys, make sure to drop a like on today's video. That would be great. And if you guys do want to watch more of my NBA 2K videos, I'm gonna leave an end screen right when this video finishes to 2 of my previous uploads that I think you guys would really enjoy. So have a great rest of your day guys. It's been Story of Sam, and I'm out. Peace.